Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lockbeard Phenomena number 14, Porcu-Squatch. That seems to be a popular subject this week, although I haven't heard anyone call it that. That's what I'm calling it. It seems Pat approves. Pat covered this pretty heavily last night. I apologize, everyone. I was exhausted and fell asleep sometime during that stream. Needed some sleep. Man, I needed some sleep. I think for a while I'm going to be kind of tired with all I've got going on, and not live streaming as much as I was, but hopefully I can get things rolling and get a system going where I can do more on YouTube. Let's see, we got Mr. Lee's in the house. Welcome, Mr. Lee, and Blue Eyed Northern's here. Welcome. Some new name here, Phoenix Rising. I'm going to read that as welcome. Sasquatch Wizard Iron Dart and Iron Dex. Welcome. Let's see here. Jen's here. Welcome, Jen. Phoenix Rising says, hey, I'm not lurking tonight. Oh, you usually lurk? Well, that's cool. We're glad you came into the chat. I don't know if we're going to have any big Christopher Noel fans come in and try to get uppity like they did. I did try to rewatch as much as I could of what I missed of Squatch Talk last night. And I saw that there were some people taking exception to criticism of Christopher Noel. I had not seen this particular video clip because I don't watch anything from Christopher Noel anymore typically because I think he's full of shit. He's selling books and stuff. He's like a what do they call him? A project, like a BFRO project leader or investigator leader, whatever they call, up there. He's from Vermont. Dude is pro jab, pro mask. Those lose points if and people say you're ignorant if you don't look. If you were willing to listen, I could give you really good logical reasons to be on the side of the issue that I am. I can tell you, nobody has put a needle to me in decades now. So, and I'm not very old, so that's not very many decades, but it's, I can now say plural decades. And I'm proud of that. I'm glad that my immune system has been allowed to adapt and be properly challenged for all that time, and that is a good thing. That is a good thing. But we don't want to talk about that kind of stuff on a Sasquatch show. It looks like it. I am going to see. I should be able to get away with a short clip. I'm not going to show too much. I don't want to tempt fate too much. I picked this one because of a little part at the end I think is funny. Of the little short piece I'm going to show. But I think most people who see it, who are familiar with porcupines, are going to be fairly certain what they're looking at is not a Sasquatch. And it is, and there's other parts of it, like you should go look at the whole thing. Like you can see the spines glinting. This is a porcupine, man. It's a porcupine. And for this guy to be someone that goes out in the woods all the time and not look. Pat says, I trust Pat. I trust his judgment. Pat says this guy is legitimately that delusional. Like he can't not see Sasquatch in the woods. If he you know what I mean? So I find that kind of mentality hard to understand. It's just so hard for me to see for someone to be that delusional. It's hard for me to imagine. But Pat says he is. Pat says Christopher Noel is that he legitimately believed that what he saw was a Sasquatch. And I'll show a little bit of that here in a second. Pyromatics here. Talking to Phoenix Rising. Jen says, think I'm a little dehydrated. I'll get some water. Don't be dehydrated. Don't be like that. There's Uncle Bones. Welcome. Let's see if anyone else has come in here. All the highs and hellos. Enjoy the cold weather over here. 42 this morning, 68 for the high. Is that what it is down here in Oklahoma? I haven't really been paying no mind. It did seem to get a little on the chilly side last night. She got her first snowfall. Awesome. We hardly ever get a real snow in Oklahoma. I mean, a lot of Oklahomans think it's a real snow. We don't really get real snow down here. Let's just be real. Iron Dogger would laugh at our snows. Guaranteed. Our humidity, on the other hand, she might, because when I was growing up, we had a neighbor who had relocated to Oklahoma from Alaska, and our winters were just killer for her. And our winters aren't as cold, but they're wet winters. And that's, for someone that's not used to it, they're used to a less humid environment. You don't feel the cold as much. You're not going to get as sick as much. And she got sick all winter long. Over at Iron Dog Show commented that we should start a fan club. Does sound good. Whiskey. Brandy's here. Queen of the Chat is here. Everybody show some respect. Show some respect. Pyro says you'll have to post falling asleep tonight. See, you filmed the porcupine climbing a tree this spring. Cool. Yeah, we don't even have porcupines down here. I mean, they might be. I don't know. They might be just very rare, but we've all seen video of porcupine and documentaries and pictures, and this looks like a porcupine to me. And everyone else says it looks like a porcupine that seems to have their head screwed on straight. But you do not feel it's necessary to make it a personal attack, just saying. Yeah. I don't know that it's a really... I don't know if it's really a personal attack to say that he's in a delusional state. I mean, he may take it personal, but it's just like if someone's mentally ill, for example, and you say, "Look, you're mentally ill. You need help." Christopher Noel needs to see that he is seeing Squatch everywhere, and if he is legit like he wants us to believe, then he should be open to that. But it seems like he's not open to hearing criticism. So he's leaning me to the point where I see someone who is straight up lying to me. And they, why does a person who's lying to me deserve any respect whatsoever from me? That may seem kind of rough, but I'm sick of people lying to me, and I'm sick of people tainting the entire Bigfoot subject. So now we got people like this posting something that normal people, biologists, people familiar with porcupines are going to see this video and they're going to be like, look, see, this whole damn thing's a joke. This is messing things up for us all. And, if Christopher Noel is just delusional, then you're right. We should try to be as nice about it as possible. I'm not sure I believe that, though. Association with BFRO, selling books and making a mistake this big. I don't know. Pat says he's delusional. That's not a personal attack. That's just a statement of the reality. He's seeing Sasquatch everywhere. And if that's the case. But there's a part of me that thinks that this guy's just straight up lying to me. Noel's just straight up lying to me. And that doesn't make me want to be very nice to him. Let me catch up and chat here. Yeah, let's see. Sandra Piper's here. Welcome. Paramedic says the snow stack up until June. Usually it has been unseasonably warm up that way the last few years. Global warming? No, it's not global warming. I know they were worried about the polar bears. They were worried about the polar bears, but one of the most recent assessments of polar bear populations showed a polar bear population increase. I continue to challenge the global warming religion. I do have an environmental degree. Take that for what it's worth. I'm very pro habitat preservation. I'm very pro don't intoxicate our atmosphere and our water and our land. I'm all for that kind of stuff. But I see global warming as a threat to real environmental issues because a lot of people are sensing that it's bullshit. And it is tainting. This is just the same thing with the Bigfoot community. It's tainting their view of environmentalism in general. And so we're losing support from people that we need their support to reduce our real impacts on the environment. And we're wasting tons of resources trying to fight something that isn't there. And it's allowing the government to make regulations that are hurting small businesses. They've put some people out of business because of regulations that they're global warming oriented, that they can't afford to comply with. It's a complete disaster. The Earth's temperature fluctuates. It just does. And there is just a complete they're completely ignoring that the Earth does have its own equilibriums. So, if a volcano erupts, it will very temporarily, have some effects, but the Earth adjusts. If there's too much CO2 released, there's tons of plants and chemical processes that take place that will take in the excess CO2 in the atmosphere, because the Earth wants to be everything wants to be at a particular concentration, at this moment, based on how much energy is being introduced to the system from the sun. The sun is the primary driver, and our distance from the sun varies, it fluctuates, and the sun's the amount of energy coming from the sun fluctuates. So, but we don't get too much into that. I'm just, that's my stance on it. It's not global warming. It's just a fluctuation that's occurring. Humans may be having a very slight impact on climate, but it's not. It's been blown way out of proportion by the government for purposes of taking more power over us, taking control away from our just our lives, our businesses, our property. And it's just gotten ridiculous. Some of the things the government has done has gotten ridiculous. An example I can think of off the top of my head, it was this guy, at some point on his property, he had plowed an area out or dug it out with a tractor or something that filled full of water. And then here comes some waterfowl and stuff. And then, of course, they somehow, introduced some seeds from a wet area. Anyway, the place kind of became a man-made wetland. But then later, this person wanted to fill this in and put it back the way it was, or do something else. And he was told he couldn't, because now it's a wetland. It's a man-made wetland. Government, get the freak out of here. We don't need you coming here doing ridiculous stuff like that. Now that guy has got a permanent bad taste in his mouth from environmental regulations that are just out of control sometimes. A lot of times they're doing really good things, but stuff like that happens. No. So the temperature of the Earth's been way warmer than it is right now. In the past, it's been way cooler. It fluctuates. We need to be more adaptable for the times when it's doing these natural fluctuations, and that's just a fact. Try to catch up with this chat here. Not you. I've watched other channels. Oh yeah. I know Blue-Eyed Northern. I just sort of defending the ones that are, to an extent, because I understand that I understand why they're mad. Let's see here. Why do y'all say raccoon? What I miss? Raccoon? I don't know anything about any raccoons. Dang trash pandas are a pain in the ass, so. Sanders having a nice day. Excellent. Patrick's here. Welcome. Boy, chat's just flying on me now. I get that the way they need to be called out to call them all out. Yeah. Danny's here. Welcome. Probably gonna talk a little shit on Christopher Noel. That seems to be one of the subjects for the week. There was some criticism about the what do you call the thing that grabs the trees, and they thought they were trying to say it was Sasquatch, and I mean, it never ends. It never ends. If y'all want to see a more extensive discussion of all that stuff, you need to go watch Squatch Talk from last night. And there's been some talk on other channels as well about the stuff. I'm probably not going to go into that really tonight. I mean, that was just stupid. That was just dumb. Oh my gosh. Good evening from the north, from up north. People's feelings make them allergic to truth. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Some of your good stuff vids this afternoon. Thanks to Danny, Uncle saying to Danny. Good evening, Patrick. Might have a raid from Hyblis B shortly. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Sandra Piper says, "Hey, we have a cold front coming in the morning. Should reach only reach 83 tomorrow." Pyro says, "Don't mean to go off subject, but our local schools are supposedly having to search other sources for their food supplies due to..." Yeah, this is artificial too. We have no food shortage. There's no food shortage. This is they're doing all this shit on purpose, and the sooner people figure it out. And Ken, I'm going to reiterate something Ken brought up on a more recent video as well. Everyone should have at least a few months of food storage and the ability to filter water. Not necessarily huge water stores. Ken is very right about that. A lot of people try to store a whole assload of water. What you around, at least around here, if you're in a desert, it's different. But if you're in a desert, it's different. But around here, there's plenty of water. So all you really need to be able to do is filter your water to make it drinkable. But have plenty of food, and ideally have the ability to do some hunting. Unlike Ken, I'm going to steer you away from storing rice and all that crap. You probably jerky and canned meat. Stick primarily to meat and make sure there's some fat in it. That's all you need. I know that's hard for a lot of people to get after years of being told different stuff about diet. I'm telling you, canned, some canned fish, like tuna and stuff, but is good to have also. But red meat in particular, fatty red meat. If you got enough fatty red meat, like for me, when I'm eating pure meat, my hunger level goes way down, so I only need about a pound a day. So if I have 100 ribeyes, I'm good for 3 months. And a lot of people say, "Oh my gosh, ribeye costs a lot." Yeah, well, but you got to remember, I'm only eating once a day. I'm eating this 1 pound in one meal a day. Look, that's a whole subject. I need to keep that on the other show. But I'm just saying, look, they're orchestrating shortages, and gas prices are about to go up. So if you have the means to store up some gasoline, you might want to think about that as well. All this shit's being orchestrated, guaranteed. Brandy says, "It's simple in my mind. If you share anything out and make claims of what it is, you have to expect some sort of backlash. If it's not what you claimed, you can handle that. If you can handle that, I think you mean if you can't handle that, don't share." Absolutely. Like I've gotten some backlash, and go ahead, and those that do, you may be disappointed with how much give a shit I have about that. A lot of people seem to think that their opinion might matter a lot to me, and it may not. Hyblis B up in here? Yeah, I see him. There he is. Welcome, Hyblis B. Behave yourself. uh, and Hell21, welcome. First time here, at least in the chat. Welcome. Michael Hayward's here. Welcome. I am speaking, Mr. Lee. What do you want me to say? Let's see here. I mean, hopefully you guys are seeing me. Starting to get the feeling maybe you don't. It's not the person, it's the situation the person creates. He's not evil. Warning to Brandy. Warning to Brandy for what? Google moderator, you can get the hell out of here. We do not need no Google. What is it? Are you really getting some kind of stupid warning? I'm going to guess that Google World Moderator is not a real Google moderator. Danny says, Pat pissed off Thinker Thunker so bad he put out a retraction video. Yeah. Queen of the chat here, watch it. Yeah. Yeah, I will boot Google moderator out here eons before I'll boot Brandy. And I don't even boot people, really. Well, I don't think I've ever booted anyone. Judy's here. Welcome. So, Highball says, yes, sir. I've started putting a link to a cheap water filter and foraging book in my description now. Plus, should store 6 months worth of grub. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, however much food, many months you want to store, store something, it's non-perishable, don't rely on your freezer because if the power goes out or something, unless you got like plenty of fuel for your generator and all that stuff, or solar power or something to maintain power and keep your food frozen. Jerky stores for quite a while. Canned goods store for quite a while. Canned meat. At least store something. I recommend focusing almost entirely on fatty meat. Randy says they have pumpkin spice flavored canned ham now. Yeah, I probably won't be buying that. I'm not a pumpkin spice person. There's Pat. Welcome, Pat. Ribeye is good. Yes, it is. Jen says, I work in a grocery store and it's getting to be slim pickings every other week. Yeah. Does anyone actually believe that we're low on food? I mean, really? And you really can't like here. If I really needed food, I mean, there's some cattle here, there's a couple of goats if things get really hard, but they're more pets. There's deer out there. There should be some hogs somewhere nearby, but they don't seem to come on this property. The river's just right over here. The Arkansas River. I mean, it's a 1/4 mile wide. It's a good river. I mean, good sized river. There's plenty of catfish in there. If you figure out catfishing, you can eat pretty. You can live on some catfish for a while, or the other types of fish. But I always was more of a catfish guy when I did fish a lot, and I could, if with one trot line up at the lake where I did a lot of catfishing, but when I was doing just trot line, I was bringing in so much catfish I could probably feed a few families for a year on the catfish I caught during the summertime. I was releasing most of them because, I was just selecting and keeping certain ones. Almost human night all chatbot. All right, skip over all the hellos. I hope the shortage is just scare tactics. If not, where is it going? You remember from history, the 1940s? What happened in the 1940s over in Germany? Well, actually, Ken was talking about this over in Germany. They're wearing these little badges. I got my jab badge, and Ken said it, and I'm going to say it again. Germans didn't learn shit from that war. It's all happening again. Got a president saying that we now have a plague, or he called it a pandemic of the unjabbed, dehumanizing those of us who choose not to. That's how it starts, people. We need to be ready for this. And we really shouldn't talk about that stuff. We need to keep that over on the other show. I need to try and make sure we do that. I'll be back. I got to watch this porcupine thing. I'm going to show a clip of it here in a second. They're showing their hand. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to mess up everybody's holiday for sure. Carrie's keyboard playing was good the other night. Carrie said, decide for yourself. I have. Oh, I'm sure he has. He's going to support Noel's conclusion that he was looking at a little Sasquatch in that tree. Yeah. Something to that effect. And that whole issue there, because I know Christopher Noel is pro muzzles, pro jab. He's been vocal about this, and that makes him a collaborator. You remember 1940s? They had collaborators back then too. He's a collaborator, in my view, and will get no respect from me for that. Icon's here, welcome. He says hello, Akias. Hi to all you hep cats and kittens in the chat. And Hyblis. Smooth Icon. I don't know if I'm ever going to catch this chat up and get this video shown. Carrie playing that song in the wrong key. Oh, man. Judy says, I didn't watch, whatever that is, I didn't watch it. I do not watch Bullshit Odyssey. I've seen enough. I've got to save for a good generator. Yeah. If you can fit it in your budget, get a generator, at least carry you on for a little while. Brandon says you can dehydrate a good variety of foods. It's really good, actually. We make jerky all the time. Yeah. If you have your own dehydrator. There's also many people have different plans for like a what they call a solar, but all it is you're using the heat of the sun. Get you an old window or something and put your jerky in there. You can even put some coals from a fire and in something like that you've built to get the heat up a little bit. I wouldn't get the heat up too much. You don't want to Beef is better. Beef is better for you the more raw it is. And I know you've heard different about that too, but trust me. Yeah, you can't trust them. They got a monopoly on you too. You're screwed. You have to do business with them. That's why if you're in Oklahoma, like we're a net metering state, which means that if you put the right meter on your house, which you got to pay for that, and you have your own power generation ability, like solar power in your house, and you generate more than what you need, it goes backwards back into the system, and the electric company is required to pay you a proper price for that energy that you gave back to them. If you're not in a net metering state, you need to elect better leaders. Google mod is a sock account. Inside joke from a stream tonight. Lockbeard, cool. I didn't think it was a real Google moderator is doesn't have the balls to actually show their face in chat. Judy says, look how long it took for the 9th ward to get help. Yeah. Blue Eye Health saying hi to everybody. Google mod is no one to worry about, but thank you for defending my You're welcome. Catfish, yeah. Hivus, you killjoy. Jen says, I've noticed people are buying cases and stuff. Hope it doesn't turn into another hoarding thing like TP did. Yeah, that was just people freaking out when they didn't need to freak out. You know, I walked through Walmart when that was going on. I don't make it a habit of going in Walmart. I went specifically to see how bad it was in my little town that I was at time, Grove, Oklahoma. No toilet paper on the shelf. The food had been hit pretty hard, but there was still plenty of food on the shelves. And my thoughts are, if you ain't eating, you ain't shitting. The first thing that should disappear from the shelves is the food, not the toilet paper. And and if you don't look, and in a pinch, if you don't have toilet paper, there's leaves on the trees, folks. And if you eat the way I tell you, you can actually get by without much of that because you don't have, well, this is gross, but you don't have a mess. You won't have the mess. People have the mess to clean up because they eat improper foods. And that's not healthy. What's going on there is not a healthy poop shoot, okay? Shit ain't working right. That's why you have a mess. And if you're eating your natural foods, what you're supposed to eat, things work right, and you don't have this big mess to worry about, if that makes sense. So and of course, toilet paper company don't want you to know that because they want to sell toilet paper. They want people with the disaster to clean up, and they're not going to tell you, well, if you eat the diet that humans are properly or designed for, then you won't really need much of this stuff. Imagine how that would benefit the environment if people start eating what I tell them to eat, and then they find out that their toilet paper bill goes way, way down as a result. Just one of the things. You eat less food, so that's less burden on the environment. I mean, got some gold here for you, folks. I've been watching Ken's channel. Oh, awesome. Hope you're enjoying. I know a lot of this stuff is like deep science stuff, but Hivus says, I don't want to ban him. He's almost funny. Well, Hivus, I haven't banned anyone. It's hopefully it'll be one of the defining characteristics of my channel for a very long time that if people want to come here and talk shit, they can talk shit, whatever. Now they're going to they might get some response from me, but unless you're like a real troll, like the people coming in, they'll get several accounts and just say some horribly offensive stuff over and over again and try to flood the chat. That's being a real troll. I mean, yeah, Judy. Man, when I saw him say that, I was like, yeah. Any doubt in my head that we were heading to 1940s Germany level shit here? Any doubt I had went away. We're going down a very precarious road right now. It may get bad, it may not, but folks need to. It was mentioned to me, recently that folks need to listen to Jewish survivors. There's very few left. Listen to their description of how things went down back then, and you're going to see some shocking parallels. Yeah, they're wearing. Yeah, yeah, they are icon. It's insane. So many countries around the world just have some very shocking things going on, and many people are still in denial about it. I'm never going to catch him in this chat. Yeah. Yeah. Patrick. All this plays out. Helps it was Sasquatch, or could I tell if it was a porcupine? To me, it looks definitely like it's a porcupine, but yeah, Michael. Is it porcupine fever? Yeah, we can call it that. Puppet, yeah. You were all warned. Just saying. I just don't want to know any of that stuff. You should hear what our grandchildren are going through. My 7-year-old and my 9-year-old, it's so heartbreaking. They don't even want to go to school anymore. Yeah, everyone should be homeschooling if they can. I know it's hard, but you can do it. You can do this. Have a sprinty up. No training may become as hilarious as me. P.S. I guess saggy, but who the hell knows who it is? Thanks, Judy. 5 gallons of gas, 24 hours. That's just to run a refrigerator and a few lights. Found out during an ice storm. Yeah, it's costly. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So just don't depend on freezers and refrigerators. That's all I can say. Doesn't know the world any different than this. Yeah. It's horrible. Has he? That documentary with it's in green because it's at night. Because I got it pulled up, so maybe it'll still play. If he has pulled it down, maybe it'll still play. Or I got the wrong damn video. But what I'm looking at looks like it's a porcupine. Hibis could be anyone except me, bitch. Hibis could be anyone except me, bitch. Hell 21, it is pure evil what they're doing to the younger generation. Time to homeschool at the very, very least. Granted, not all can do it so easily, but hey, yeah. Not to mention we have other things we can use to clean our asses, soap and water, example. Yeah, I'm way behind in this chat, ain't I? Food for thought, man. Don't want to rely on a generator scrounging for fuel, getting parts, get backup solar power and storage batteries. Switch up what you can to 12 volts. Brandy says, my friend uses the time for learning program. She set the kids up to work Monday through Thursday about 4 hours a day. You can be the homeschooling music teacher then. I will put my daughters out of school soon, Brandy. I can talk shit. Yeah, you can. Icon. Okay, yes, that's a great idea too. Solar everything. He took it down. Well, we're about to see a clip from it anyway, whether he likes it or not, because I already got it pulled up, so it should. Even if he did take that down, that's pretty crazy. If he took it down, though, like if he took down that whole documentary, like, because what is it, like an hour and a half or something like that? Horse rides. Bareback hiveless. Oh shit. Flute tuner. Homeschooling will be taxing. Try to have fun with it. It helps. Maybe a few families can get together and collaborate, and like one parent can handle the schooling for the kids of everyone. Well, because everyone's got to work, But maybe there's a stay-at-home mother who does have the ability to pull it off. Homeschool Rock. Hell 21, yes, me too. At least they know they are safe at home. We have no control at the school. Yeah, they're suffocating these kids. Kids need fresh air, damn it. CO2 levels rise in the classroom as it is. Not much, but now you're putting these muzzles on them and putting them in little tents, little plastic tents in some places. Crazy. I had a lot to teach my parents. They then made sure it was passed on to us. There's no way you can stop the School of Rock. Yeah. Not much now, thinking about the amount of gas. Yeah. That's why I say don't rely on the freezer. Dried goods, canned goods. Schoolhouse Rock. Lived through the 1930 Depression. Did take down his I Ain't No Porky rebuttal videos. Oh, did he? I didn't even see those. Kenfro told me that those times like we have never seen. Mr. Lee says, Brandy, you're not hardcore till you live hardcore. School of Rock. Yeah, scary time for them. They never forgot those times. I was looking for a single video. Maybe it was just there. It was still there. Well, how about I play the little section that I was going to try and get away with? Let me adjust that a little bit so we can look at it better. Yeah, that's better.
A good deal above 4 feet standing upright. The very peculiar thing that she does here is she places her knees up against the tree trunk and then hoists herself up with her arms. She sort of gathers herself here at the base of the tree and then doesn't use her legs at all except to sort of stabilize her on her way up. Turns out you need a lot of upper body strength to do what that one did.
All right, Christopher Noel. I'm going to make a wild guess that you aren't your level of upper body strength is probably not a good y'all know what I'm saying. Oh man. Yeah, I bet he doesn't have any real upper body strength. Oh, because he went back later and looked at the tree and said the tree was 8 inches wide, and so he had other measurements up there a little bit earlier than that. He was trying to measure how big this thing was, and it's consistent with the size of a typical porcupine. It certainly wasn't anything huge like a Sasquatch, which is why I guess it's supposed to be a baby Sasquatch. But you can see the tail and everything. And in other parts of the video, I'm not going to try and get to those, especially if I mess with it now. If he has taken it down, then I'm not going to be able to get to it anyway. But you can see spines glinting, light glinting off the spines, and it's a porcupine. Yeah, small tree. Yeah, I was wrong, and I see now it was in a small trailer video. Oh, was there a clip in the trailer? I didn't look at the trailer. I didn't look at the trailer. This is from Christopher Noel's channel. This is kind of towards the end of that documentary, and he thinks this is a Sasquatch, but most people with their heads screwed on straight say this is a porcupine, and I think it's a porcupine. I don't know. The other people have asked that same thing. You know, would ruin his delusion, I guess. If he truly thought he was looking at a Sasquatch, his mental block would not allow him to walk up to it for fear, even subconsciously, that he would confirm it was not a Sasquatch. He needs Sasquatch content. He's selling books. He's got his ego, of course, to worry about. Because, I mean, he's invested. You know, he's made so many claims all these years. If he debunks himself on this, then maybe in his mind he debunks himself entirely, and it makes him look foolish. And you know, people will bend over backwards to, you know, they'll double down. They'll double down on a lie, you know, if it's a lie. But even if they don't know it's a lie, even if they were just truly mistaken, they'll double down and then try to prove they were right anyway, because it is so scary to them to prove themselves wrong. And to be found, to be, you know, it just they do it. It happens all the time. So, yeah. Yeah, he was walking out there. Yeah, if I recall, as I recall, it was on the ground, and it climbed up in the tree. Whatever it is. Yeah, it wasn't a very big tree, but the tree did allow him to show about how big the thing was, and you know, at least he did go back later and look at the tree, and he saw him acting like he was trying to climb the tree and demonstrating he has no upper body strength. Yeah, entertainment sector. Is this only any clearer? There's some clips in the video. If you go over to his channel, it's there's some parts in this video where it's a little clearer. But his channel's called Impossible Visits, and this is in the How to See a Sasquatch documentary. I'm gonna see if this is deleted. Open it up in a new tab so I hold this video. But now the documentary is still there, so I don't know if maybe somebody was maybe they were talking about something else. I don't know if I can bring up. I don't know how much this I can get away with showing clips of, for starters. But yeah, here's a little more of it.
This is his left
But
leg.
he's describing things here as if, you know, he sees a leg and all that stuff, and he thinks it's a Sasquatch. Look, knee bend. Yeah. Yeah, he's just trying to
I lose him for a while.
Where are you?
trying to see if he shows that head part where I can see the spines glinting.
It only makes sense, right, that the visual experience here would be rather indirect and obscured. After all, that's the nature of the beast, almost without exception.
But this is not the part.
We can make out the fuzzy hair on, I think, his back. Now, here he makes a move I'm not sure how to interpret. But to me, this looks like an elbow, and this looks like his hand. And what I guess he's doing is taking something and stuffing it into his mouth.
Maybe it's here. Yeah.
Arm and pointy elbow here. Finally, and I'm guessing this is the top of his head.
There you are.
Some more.
Yeah, see spine sticking up. He's calling it wispy hair, but come on,
What
man.
happens next is a little embarrassing.
Come on. It's a porcupine. Looks like a cutscene from Predator. He would get respect for being honest about it. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to tell what you're looking at in the pic, but you can see the shape and tail. You can see there's definitely a tail. Sasquatch don't get described as having a tail. And no Bigfoot in the UK. I think are some reports over there, but it's just rare. There may be some there, and there's just very few of them or something. Well, that's bullshit. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You live, you learn. Did Alanis Morissette teach him anything? VPXM's here. Welcome. It's fascinating, though. Yeah. Patrick says they are entertainment channels that need to sell their narrative. They will also attract other channels and play the victim. Yeah. Yeah. It's like you guys were saying last night. You know, if they just put down, look, for entertainment purposes only, you know, we wouldn't be so critical. Probably. I might still be critical, but Brandy says, Hell 21, there are some researchers of Bigfoot in the UK. I would have to get back to you with more information. Pat from Squatch Talk says it's the rebuttals that were deleted. Oh, gotcha. Patrick Vaughn says critical discernment of information is dangerous to large entertainment channels. Yeah, it is. It's a bread and butter. Let's see here. And Darndek says to Pat, you are correct. I was wrong, and that's what I hit first. And it said it was taken down, but the documentary is still up. Icon says to Patrick, those who only have half a brain cell. Hiveless, don't laugh at me. I'm fragile, says Michael. Noob the porcupines, none of them in the UK either. Yeah, they're a really neat animal. Really neat animal. Like an anvil. Maybe they do the tucking maneuver. Hunt of hell. I'll be gentle. Patrick says we need more people calling entertainment channels what they are. Pure entertainment and conjecture. Yeah. I could send you some, I guess. I'll try to get some light going. The sun's going down here in eastern Oklahoma. On what's today's date? It's Saturday, October 16th. Let's see. How it says closest we have is peacocks. Whoa, that's kind of far away from a porcupine, but hey. Lester says, hello, what did I miss? So I just showed a little bit out of Christopher Noel's video of a porcupine claiming it's a Sasquatch and his demonstration that he has no upper body strength. Except they don't have quails. Bangers. Mr. Lee, okay, now you're just making up animals. What's a banger? Yeah, I have no idea what he's talking about. Badgers, yeah. Aren't those usually served with mash? Oh, man. Active shooter flamethrowers came today. I ain't scared. We don't need no stinking badges. Cool fire. History Channel did a crap show on Scott Carpenter's Dogman footage. By the way, does anyone think Scott's Dogman shoulder pup looks like my lower pale gray face footage? Maybe somebody has some input on that. Hedgehogs. Yeah, hedgehog. I mean, porcupine's like a hedgehog on super serum. On steroids. It's probably a stretch, but spell check. Yeah, don't rely on that spell check, man. It's crazy. I bet spell check has broken up marriages. Porcupines, yes, Hiveless, well done. VPXM says, funny how this topic was huge in the 80s and 90s. By now, it's actually quite null and quiet, as if they've been all caught or just moved on. There's so many freaking hoaxers, man. Brandy says, oh, Wizard, I wanted to send you something. Let me get the timestamp together for you, and I will leave a comment on your channel. I want you to see something I filmed. Yep, we don't need no stinking badgers. I spent summers around Atoka, Oklahoma, Patrick says. Winters hunting the muddy boggy river bottoms. Cool. Icon says, you should see the naughty stuff my autocorrect fills in on my phone. If you believe in globe earth, all hedgehogs are supersonic. Oh, you had to bring it up, didn't you? You couldn't help yourself. Well, I have to give our customary detraction. The earth is a globe, according to Lockbeard. And that should be all anybody needs to know. Possibly a porcupine identifies a bit. Yeah, hey, these days, that's good enough for some people. Keep a lookout. Supersonic. Night all. Oh, well, good night, Patrick. Thanks for dropping by. Hey, there's Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. Joe representing. Hello. I believe you were talking about this too the other day. It's been the subject of the week, I think. Tell you what we saw in our backyard surrounding a coyote the size of our black lab. Wow. Could it have been a red wolf, maybe? Red wolf. I don't know why they try to conserve red wolves. They're just a crossbreed between coyotes and gray wolves. They're a mutt. There, I said it. Now, dang it, I have lost my place in chat. There it is. Michael says, flat earthers have nothing to fear but fear itself. Yeah. I watch Me TV all the time. Brandy says, take care, Patrick. Hi, all, Joe says. So, I don't know. Maybe Lyme's disease will finish us off. Hopefully not, Mr. Lee. Big ticks out there, yeah. I was going to mention ticks here in a little bit. I bet y'all are wondering why. Yeah, that's Joe. What on his channel? He has one of his shows is Sasquatch Speaks. So any of y'all that haven't checked that out, you might want to check it out. Pretty cool. He got a level head. Doesn't do the Christopher Noel things. If he sees a porcupine in a tree, he's going to call it a porcupine in a tree. Joe says, yep, we found some porcupine quills the other day. I guess they were really Bigfoot hair. Better spend a few $1,000s, send those out to get them tested then. A golden look. Oops. Jumped on me. Yeah, Uncle Bones saying hi to Joe. Michael says that was funny. I must be jealous much. Oh, shit. How big does Red Wolf get? Well, they get pretty big, because it's half gray wolf. Gray wolf's a big dog, and they are dogs. They're the same species. Dogs, wolves, all those things they're the same species. They're just really different breeds, and they call them separate species. They give them separate species names, but I'm kind of a stickler about that. If the thing can interbreed just fine and it doesn't produce a sterile offspring or, some of the problems you have when you do have very, very closely related species breeding, that their offspring doesn't come out quite right, like with lions and tigers. They're very, very closely related, so they can produce an offspring, but it doesn't come out like a crossbreed would normally come out. They have problems with their growth, and it ends up being way bigger than either of the parents, and so that's kind of where I draw the line of what is a species and what is not. We talked some about that, I think, on the Pizzly Bear episode, which was 1 or 2. Somebody mentioned Pizzly Bears the other night. I can't remember where. On one of the Sasquatch shows. It's hard to keep track sometimes. Push bite flat and upper X stripper looking for internet. Okay. Sunday night's Hairy Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks show will be Rick Dyer. Going to be a good one. Yeah. I'm sure she will eviscerate him appropriately. Still that one hiveless. So, see, Mr. Lee says, someone called me sassy today. Weird. Joe says, fuck me, running porcupine is a Bigfoot now. Sweet, bald-headed baby Jesus. Some really gullible people out there. Yeah. This is huge that CN took down his rebuttal videos. Keep fighting people. Keep banging on the door. Yes, we will. We will, Pat. Holy crap, Telus connection here sucks. Icon says, you pedal pusher that lives in a council flat. What stripper wouldn't want? Oh, wait. None capable of eating you. Yeah, you got to have something around that can eat you. Keeps you strong. Cappuccino. Brandy, I might have a craving for some cappuccino. Judy says gold and gray really did look like a wolf size and not coyote size. Always deemed sassy to be a compliment. Okay, Dad. Sounds good, Brandy. Beat you there, my lady. VPXM says. Lester says, well, you look so sassy. Do you believe in coincidence? Sometimes, coincidence is a real thing. Sometimes things happen by coincidence. Yum does sound good. What are you referring to exactly when you say you do not? Like, In regards to what exactly? So you guys saw the thumbnail, right? I put 2 pictures. Those pictures are from 2 separate movies of some kind of human porcupine hybrid looking thing. So who can name those 2 movies? Oops. That's the same thing. I was about to ask the same thing. Brandy, oh well, guess Locke's got it. LOL. Can anyone name the 2 movies that each of those pictures come from in the thumbnail? With these porcupine human. Yes, X-Men is one. I think it was, which one was that guy? I think he was in The Last Stand. I think it was in The Last Stand where that guy showed up. Yep, Michael Hayward, X-Men. I think most people are going to have a hard time guessing the other one. So if y'all give up, I'll tell you what it is. I liked the movie when I was younger. It's kind of goofy in a way, but it was very interesting. The woman in the thumbnail, I can't remember her name in the movie. I don't think they even gave the movie. Michael, I almost call that a good guess, but it's wrong. But it's kind of from the same era, where you would, they might have been in. Maybe Hellraiser was kind of inspired, but I don't know. But Hellraiser, I don't know. It's a good guess though. Not Adam. Oh shit! The Enlightened Mank, welcome. VPX Simpsons Lockbeard. I don't know those movie clips, but I know seen some crap like that a few years back from Under Farms. It was sad, bad memories. What? Are you practicing for when you meet my dysfunctional family? He says to Hell 21. Yeah, it didn't Hellraiser. The porcupine spine woman lived in a place in the movie called Midian. I'm gonna call that a good guess too, but it wasn't Labyrinth. She lived in a place called Midian. There were none of the others of her people looked like her. They all had different, like, not really deformities, but they looked differently. It depended. You became one of them by getting bitten. At least that was possible if getting bitten by some of them. It was very strange. It wasn't really consistent about how they looked or anything like that. So there was, what else could I say? There was show the pics. Well, they guessed the X-Men one, so I'll show the other one. Give me just a second. I'll pull up the pic. I'll just show this. Just a second. Surprised people aren't seeing Porcupine Man out in the woods now. They see Dog Man. They see freaking Goat Man. They see all this stuff. And so there. See if I can get it a little bigger. There. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. I knew it. I knew Brandy would get it somehow. It is Nightbreed. It is Nightbreed. I like the movie. It's kind of cheesy in a way, and suffers from the lack of special effects technology at the time. But she comes from Nightbreed. Think of Jerry's Doc today. Michael's got it. Nightbreed too. Yeah. Like Mank. A shit Star Trek film. I wouldn't be surprised actually if it was in a shit Star Trek film. It's good to like me. It was in and out. Gotta go watch too. So let's see here. I'm going to linger on that one just for a second. All right. VPXM, Nightbreed, seen that movie years back when young and dumb. Yeah, we were all there. You approach her carefully from the front. Yeah. Mr. Lee says, Kevin Saunders mentioned the female Sasquatch he saw had quills similar to a porcupine. Did he? He ain't breeding with that day or night. Oh, come on. She's kind of hot. She'll treat you right. She'll keep her spines aimed away from you. Icon, Hyla says, Icon, Mom will have to remind me how to make it. But yeah, let's stop now, bro. I thought you would have a few laughs on that. Craig Schiffer played that movie. So, all right, I mentioned this before in the chats a few times. I don't know if anyone actually went and saw this video. This is not from a Sasquatch channel. So I think that's important. I'm getting ready to show you a clip from a video. Brandy says she'll bite off your member afterwards, but totally worth it. So there's this channel. I haven't watched him a lot in a while, but I used to watch his channel a lot. And it's a channel called Arms Family Homestead. He's from Oklahoma. He's a state trooper or hypo or something like that. And he has like a small family farm, and most of the stuff he's talking about, and where he's at, like there's a creek that comes across his driveway. There's like a low water bridge, and whenever that creek rises, like he can't drive in and out of his property. They have installed a bridge so that they drive the four-wheelers down there, and they have to walk across, and they'll park their cars on the other side so they can get out and go take care of business or go to town or work or whatever. So it's fairly, he's out in the woods, and he burns off the property every so often, which I recommend everybody do that. If you live out in the woods, burn off the property every so often. Get rid of a lot of the dead material on the ground, because last thing you want is like a wildfire to start, and just say you're off on vacation. You don't know if your house is going to burn up or not because you've got leaves and shit piled everywhere. Maybe you have a deck on your house and those leaves catch the deck on fire, and then the deck ignites the house, or the leaves could ignite the house directly. So you want to burn off all the leaves and, fallen branches and stuff. If you get a lot of piled up dead branches around, they could damage the trees if there's too much piled up around the trees. He burns it all off. It also helps you reduce the amount of rodents you have around. It reduces the amount of ticks you have around. It's just a good idea. It helps you control brush. So, you don't want brush growing in. Well, if you burn off every so often, it kills that brush when it's just really small. It's just a good practice to do. It's not killing everything. Nature burns stuff off every so often anyway. You'd be all over it. Her Hold your nerve. Holding out for a lady icon says, oh my God, Jen. Try to catch up in chat. Chat jumped on me there, but take for that a lot of alcohol probably. Protest too much. Just put on Briar Chaps and game on. I think after what Peter Kane's been through, he'd probably jump right on that. So anyway, his channel is completely not about Sasquatch at all. And he posted this video, and then he didn't see anything when he was out there burning. But someone messaged him and said, "Hey, is that a Sasquatch behind you running through the smoke in the area you're burning?" And he went back and looked, and so he made a video and showed this. He showed this the clip where something very much humanoid is running behind him while he's burning off his land. Yep. He wants his Sasquatch babies back, yeah. So let me grab this video. I've mentioned this in chat before, and I don't know if anyone actually went and looked at this video when I've mentioned it, but I'm going to show it part of it now. And I mean, you guys tell me. We have a far greater chance of seeing a Sasquatch in this video than the video we were just looking at on Christopher Noel's channel. I should have got this set up beforehand. I guess he's doing this on a phone. I need to shrink this up a little bit. So that's Daniel Arms of Arms Family Homestead channel. If I put him out of leather for the Endeavor, it'll be a little too kinky. Sandra says, I've seen that video. It did look like a... It certainly is not a porcupine. So here, I'm going to play a part of this. I'm going to try and listen in, so I don't want to play too much of it, but you guys can go check it out. It's our Arms Family Homestead channel. Here we go.
Oh yeah, lots of fire. Oh yeah, lots of fire.
So I watched it and I'm like, that might be Sasquatch. Like, I've lived out here in the woods. I've lived in the woods for a long time. There's two things I've never seen that everyone else sees. Sasquatch, well, three things. Sasquatch, a mountain lion, and a black panther. Now, I really think mountain lions are legit around here. I've never seen one. Black panthers, no. Sasquatch, I'm not a Sasquatch believer, but standing out here in the dark and seeing something running through the woods, you saw it. You saw it, guys. You saw it on the video.
Oh yeah, lots of fire.
What the heck was it? Play it again. Slow it down. Seriously, what the heck was that?
Oh yeah, lots of fire. Oh yeah, lots of fire.
I mean, it literally looked like Sasquatch. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. I mean, I'm not scared of the dark. I was a little afraid of Sasquatch last night, though. I mean, when it's dark, it's dark. Guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that little subscription box down.
Oh yeah, lots of fire.
I mean, what the heck was it? Play it again. Slow it down.
So, what were we looking at there? Off to burn my bra. Yeah, I've seen this one, Lockbeard. Have you? Good deal. Judy, I am burned out on that. Too much hype and nada. Seriously, Jen, if it's not actual new info, don't tell me. Brandy says. Put that back up there. What did I miss? Oh, I don't know. Did you miss too much? Just me blathering on. Who sounds like a troll? Feel bad for a girl, but the story is just detracting from important news. Jen, I feel bad for the girl, but the story is just detracting from important news. Wait, that's the same one you just posted. Can't trust it, though. So right there you can see it, Brandy. It's running from over here somewhere, and it goes behind that tree, but there it is right there. I'll go back and I'll back it up a little bit, and you can maybe see.
Guys, you saw it on the video.
Oh yeah, lots of fire.
What the heck was it? You saw it, guys. You saw it on the video.
Oh yeah, lots of fire.
What the heck, guys? You saw it on the video.
Oh yeah, lots of fire.
All right, guys, you saw it on the video.
Oh yeah, lots of fire.
What the heck was it? Play it again. Slow it down. Serious.
Try to stop it on a good spot here.
Seriously. What? Seriously. What?
Well, yeah, it's hard to see, but it's definitely bipedal. Could be a person, but I consider him credible enough that unless his boy was out there for some reason, but I just don't see that. His boy's on his videos all the time, and we're kind of gonna have to rely on his judgment that this couldn't be a person out on his property. But we have to admit that it could very well be a person. Maybe some crackhead was in his woods or something. So we can't say for sure, but there shouldn't be a person out there, and there's something out there running through the woods. It's not an animal. It's either a person or a Sasquatch. Yeah, I agree. It is inclusive. We can't say anything. We don't see clearly what if it's human or not. I don't think he's trolling. I don't know. I watched his channel for so long. I just don't think he would do that. He really thinks it's a Sasquatch. I just don't think he would troll. I don't think he would. There's just no reason for it. His channel's completely not about this. Hopefully you guys saw it when I replayed. Somebody was running through there. Could be a Sasquatch, but could be human too. Yeah, BPXM. Well, I don't know what it is. I just know that Daniel Arms here thinks it's not a person and that he thinks it's maybe a Sasquatch, and he said he's not a believer, but who knows? I'm just saying we're more likely looking at a Sasquatch in this video than we were in Christopher Noel's video. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this is a Sasquatch. You don't buy it? What do you think, Brandy? Must be blind. Back to my cake. That cake will make you blind now. Be careful. Bill isn't playing back smoothly. Can't make anything out. Yeah, and maybe I'm not. Maybe what you're seeing is crappier than what I'm seeing because my Wi-Fi out here is not adequate. So sorry about that. Yeah, it's right. It's in the left side of the screen, just right of that tree. Yeah, but it is inconclusive, as Joe said. It is inconclusive. I'm just saying we're more likely looking at least this is a bipedal something running. It's human or it's Sasquatch, but it's more likely to be Sasquatch than Christopher Noel's porcupine. That's all I'm saying. I know, like the way he sounds, but that's the way he always sounds, dude. It's just the way he talks. If you watch some of his channel, you'll see. Someone red circle it. Like it's exactly level with my eyes right now from what you're seeing. It's towards the left side of the screen, and that bigger tree in the foreground right there, it's just to the right of that tree. I'll hit play and you'll see it keep moving. And see it running towards the left of the tree now.
Seriously, what the heck was?
He says, I mean, there shouldn't be a person there.
What the heck was that?
Oh yeah, lots of fire. Oh yeah, lots of fire.
I mean,
but yeah, I know he's kind of goofy, but that's the way he always sounds. Like so. But I'm not saying this is definitely a Sasquatch, by no means. I'm just saying that's more likely a Sasquatch than Christopher Noel's video. Oh, yeah, Mr. Lee. I'm sure they got a bunch of them. Yeah, he's always just joking around and stuff in his video. That's just the way he always talks. But I'm not claiming that's a Sasquatch for sure. Well, Michael, he didn't notice it at the time he was filming. Like he totally did not see it at the time he was filming. People asked him later if that was a Sasquatch running behind him. And then he went back and looked, and then he made this video, and so he's showing clips of the previous video. So that's why he's not exhibiting the surprise you would expect that someone, as they're seeing it. He did not see it at the time. So that's probably why. Hopping through the fire, scamming all the troll dudes and bopping them on the head. Yeah. It could be. I mean, it could be. I just don't feel like Daniel Arms would do that. But it could be. It could be. Aren't those Yetis over there? Yeah. Yeah, and I wondered that, so but He's not a Sasquatch person. He's never mentioned Sasquatches before. And, so he probably didn't even think to go look for tracks but he is a cop. So I don't know. I don't think he's trolling, but he could be. You're a sprint blindness cake. JPXM says, just me again, but belief really is wishful thinking, is either there or not. Yeah. Yeah. The Enlightenment says, Sasquatch is a jungle gangster. Don't step on this cabbage patch because he will fuck man them up. Shooter running through the fire. Yeah, I mean, I think it is a possibility that maybe it's his son, his little boy. Yeah, I don't know how I would even do red circles on this, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not 100% of what this is. I don't know what that is. I'm just saying that actually was a bipedal something running through the smoke, and it's far more likely to be a Sasquatch than Christopher Noel's porcupine. Yeah. He did kick until he needed glasses. Yeah. If you watch it, go watch the video yourself, you'll see it. He plays it over and over again. It's called Giant Creature Caught on Video. It's running through fire. It's on Arms Family Homestead channel. But it's definitely, as Joe said, inconclusive. Just as someone who's watched the Arms Family Homestead channel a lot in the past, and I don't think Daniel is trolling us. I think he legitimately does not expect that there should be a person out there running and thinks that that's probably a Sasquatch, but it could be a person. It could be his boy. I don't know. Easier to see on your computer or TV. Joe says, I can't believe Noel tripled down on that, and what he used to do it made no sense whatsoever. Yeah. Chichuna is the Russian equivalent. Yeah, but Ken don't believe in Sasquatch though. Hopefully out there at his cabin he'll, because he's out there in the woods now. I mean, some of the time. So maybe he'll run into one of these days. Maybe he'll see something and change his, It's hard to believe they're out there. It's hard to believe they're out there. For a lot of people, it just is. Wasn't that Lettuce Lake one debunked, though? I don't recall. Yeah. Well, and again, he did not see it when he was out there filming that. He didn't see it at all. Chichuna. He would have been in a bit of trouble for posting a hoax of the trooper. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I don't think he would do something like that. That's one of the reasons. But also, it's just from watching his channel for so long. I just don't. I find it very hard to believe Daniel Arms would hoax. So it's just like when Pat was saying, he spent some time with Christopher Noel, and he has this perspective that those of us who don't know Christopher Noel at all, he has a perspective we don't. It may be hard for us to wrap our minds around someone being that delusional, but Pat says that he feels like he's got the Bigfoot delusion, that Noel has the Bigfoot delusion. So I'm trying to accept that. Brandy says, I hope he would know if his kid was running around in that shit. Yeah. I don't know. To me, from my perspective, it looks too big to be his boy, but it could be. I mean, it could be, but it seems too big to be his kid. But it's really hard to judge sizes and stuff, and I've never been on that farm. But Daniel was standing there, so that's why, the only person whose judgment I can go off of on this is his. So he should have a pretty good feel, going back and looking at that video, how big the thing was running through his trees right there. And he calls it in the title of the video a giant creature. But there's no reason. I mean, we can't just accept that. Of course, we don't really know what we're looking at there. The Enlightened Mank says, Mr. Beard, decode the movie called The Invasion. Nicole Kidman. It shows symbology of today's Achu event, and a white fungus type virus manipulates the minds of the people that changes DNA. Man, I don't know, man. If I saw that movie, I've completely File 13 debt sucker. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I would have watched it at some point. Some movies I watch once and they're just so thoroughly not significant in my mind, I completely forget the movie. Like that. Sometimes I forget I watched it. Like I don't remember if I watched that movie. I'm certain I would have watched it at some point, but but I don't remember watching it. So it must have been very ho-hum. Jim, you're out. VPXM is out. Definitely will check that vid with my software slow-mo. Enjoy. Hopefully you can make some stuff out. Maybe you'll see more, but it's so smoky and it's so far away. I don't know that you'll be able to conclusively tell what it is. Let's see here. He's being sarcastic too. See ya, VPXM. Saving up now. Watch the movie Hive and Crew. Oh, okay. So you couldn't. Yeah, it figures. My Wi-Fi sucks, so you guys might not have been able to see it very well on here. But if you go over on his channel and look at the video itself, you might be able to see more. I mean, there's definitely a either a person or a Bigfoot running through the smoke. Somebody is there. That's clear. Whether it's Bigfoot or human, that's I don't think we conclusively can say that from the video. Unless somebody can analyze the video more closely or something. Yeah, that's all I'm saying about that. That's the only reason why I went ahead and pulled that one up. I mean, well, the other reason is I wasn't sure a lot of people had seen it, and not that it's great footage or anything like that. It's just I'm poking more fun at Noel, though. Pyro says, my grandson loves his channel. His son is 3 foot tall. This thing is at least 6 foot. Yeah, I get the feeling it's too big to be his boy myself, but I could be wrong. It's called Arms Family Homestead. They're just a nice family. It's Daniel Arms, who's a state trooper, and his wife, and his daughter, and his son. Well, he has 2 sons. But his older son, I think, is in college now, and now if his older son, hey, maybe that could be his older son, but I don't think his older son was even there at the time. Brandy says people shouldn't have any expectations when they go out in the forest. If you want to plan to see Bigfoot, I personally wouldn't go out with that intention. Treat it as a nature walk. Yep. Like Brandy's videos. Thank you. It is more clear. I heard some real good stuff today on the Vietnam rock capes. Yeah, I don't know what to make of those accounts. Michael. Some interesting stories. It's unfortunately we can't confirm anything really. No expectations. You can hear Dogman barking in the background. No, that's the farm dogs out here. There's several livestock guardian dogs out here. When I've been coming back out here to the farm, my brother's farm, on the weekends. When I got here, one of the dogs was in the livestock trailer over there, raising all kinds of hell. I guess he got heartworms. And the vet said to lock him up somewhere so he doesn't get excited, and he doesn't need to raise his heart rate or anything. The problem is the worst thing you can do to this dog, because these dogs roam free. They're happy when they're outside in the open, and he was not happy about being in that trailer. So he's now running around because my brother decided that just wasn't a good idea. The vet may be right about someone who has an inside dog or some little lap dog, but this is a livestock guardian dog. It lives in the open and free, and as soon as he's out of the trailer, he's happy and he's calm, and so yeah, he's going to be out here barking, but at least he's not in a trailer like losing his damn mind because he's trapped in a trailer. He just doesn't want to. He don't want to be confined, and I don't think any dog really wants to be confined. And the saddest thing is when I see people put their dogs on a chain, that makes them nuts. Or in a tiny, like a small kennel, they have to stay in a kennel all the time. Like, it's too small for them, Like they make those little dog runs you can buy, but you got like a bigger dog and you put it in there. You know, those dogs need some space. You know, they might be fenced into your yard, but in a kennel, I just don't know about that. But no, nothing to be worried about. That's not dog man. Yeah, there was a remake of it. That was The Invasion. The Invasion. Haha, I know. Invaders. Brandy says Lockbeard does not necessarily believe in Dogman. No substantial evidence to convince him. Yeah, that's my position on that. Yep. You're welcome, Jen. Joe says, since I don't know the man, I have to at least look at it like he really doesn't know what it was, but doesn't expect people to be on his property. Yeah, that's how you should look at it. There shouldn't be anyone there, but there could be. There always could be, you know. And it's not clear enough to say if it's not a person or if it's Sasquatch or, and so yeah, dogging. Oh, has he got a red circle in the video? He doesn't know that's a faux pas. Like I said, he's not a Sasquatch person. He's never mentioned Sasquatch in any of the videos I've watched before. You know, he's just out there doing his farm stuff and fishing with his boy and his boy's friend and raising goats and other livestock, and you know, he don't know no better. Brandy says, okay, here we go. Some kind of rodent is being killed in the backwoods. What? A rodent in the backwoods? Crazy noises. There is your red circle, Jen. Yeah. Peter Kane is a good dog trainer. I've learned from him. Yeah. Yeah, they brought him up on Squatch Talk too last night. A little bit, as I recall. Because What's His Nuts was reviewing his frozen head as if it was legit. But I don't know how anyone can watch, like, they must only see certain videos and they think, oh, because some of his videos he's not being just overtly, he's not being as obvious about it being a joke, right? But in other videos it is. So if you watch enough of his videos, you will see the dude is definitely just joking. He's not trying to hoax. He's not a real hoaxer. He's just being a comedian. So trying to minimize this other. So yeah, I don't know why some people are buying that Peter Kane is legit or that he's a hoaxer. He's neither legit nor hoaxer. He's just a comedian, and so that's all that is. Let's see if I can pull up one of his videos. I don't know how strong are your stomachs. How strong is your stomachs? I'm gonna play a clip from this video. I'm not gonna say the name of it. It's a Peter Kane video, though. Hold on, let me get the share screen going here. Yeah, there it is. Oh, Peter Kane. hang out with the fangs out. Make sure you plying out a bitch. Oh, be careful. Be nice to the ladies. Oh shit, I forgot Dogman is dead. Joe says Mr. Lee Kane is a nut, but he is a good dog trainer. That is true. You know, yeah. Plus he has a Sasquatch in his freezer. Yeah. He could train Porky. Yeah. That's where the nut part comes in, Mr. Lee. So how long does it take to defrost that before putting it in the oven? Should call them dogging woods, swinging dicks, haha. Brandy says, when I first came across Peter Kane, I didn't know it was comedy. Yeah. Some of the videos I can see how you might at first see it and think, oh, this is legit. But if you watch enough of his videos, like this video, you'll know. You'll know he's just joking. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Trained a porcupine to eat peanut butter. He played it well, then came to the video where the female Bigfoot R-worded him. Yeah, there was a couple of them where he talks about that. Yeah. I laughed my ass off Peter Kane. I have a weird sense of humor. I think he's funny, you know. Do it. Asked me to how it turned out that way. Brandy, I found that vid hilarious. Hope it's the female Bigfoot. No, this is a different one. It's gross. Yeah, argue with a raven. Had to get something to cover them teeth. Peter Kane thinks I'm a troll. Every time I come into his live, he shuts down. She shuts down. Someone asked him in the comments if he out an ad in the paper, took out an ad in the paper for people's shaved pubes to make the Bigfoot. Oh shit. Now this is the one where, you know, if he says, basically he's saying he's got a female Bigfoot in his barn. Let me enlarge this. Maybe not that much. So I want to play a little bit of this. Hopefully you all have a strong stomach.
Work around here. Oh shit, here, she wants to come out.
Those are bloody corn cobs. That's what Sasquatch and Bigfoot use for tampons. So she has more corn cobs in there. Those are the bloody ones. I need to go get rid of those.
Sasquatch has to use something for tampons, and that's what they use is corn.
Now, does anyone believe that he really has a female Sasquatch in the barn using corn cobs for tampons? Don't know this guy. Yeah. Well, you know him now. You'll watch some of his vids. Yeah. He's not a hoaxer. He's a comedian. Michael is actually Peter Kane. Is he really? Is Peter Kane up in this bitch? That's funny. If there was any doubt in anyone's mind, it should be gone now. It's pretty gross video, Peter Kane. Pretty gross. I believe him. You believe him? Well, you can believe him if you want. Corn don't suck up the red juices. Oh, man. I can see this chat's about to go way down the tubes. She'd probably need a whole roll of towels per use. Oh, man. Oh, he's trolling hard. I mean, he's not serious. He don't really have any Sasquatch parts. There's one where he brings out the penis and testicles, and then he applies electricity to it to extract Sasquatch semen. And he says his plan is to find some woman to impregnate her with. And I think chat jumped on me there. Did you see the one where she was drinking milk out of her titty? I did not see that one. Uh-oh. Does he have one like that? Yeah.
They also use pine cones to wipe their ass with. It's a well-known fact. You can call Cornell and talk to the Bigfoot and Sasquatch expert, Dr. Dirk Johnstonson. That's how I found this out. He's the one that told me about tampons for the bleeding Sasquatch. When they start their menstrual cycle, you better have a lot of ears of corn around because they bleed like a stuck pig. I mean, look at this.
All that blood in there. It's all soaked up into the fucking corn cobs. It's disgusting.
You know, Sasquatch blood, Sasquatch DNA. Maybe these ears of corn are worth something. You know, that's what it's about with the Sasquatch. I want to make some fucking money off of this fucking animal. Sasquatch have their period every 2 months, unlike a human that has it.
Yeah. Come on now. He's not even trying to act like this is a real Sasquatch. He's just a joker. A fluffy beaver. Yeah. hearing her moaning in the background. I don't know how he did that, but rabbit. Yeah, rabbit. That'd be a horrible thing to do to a rabbit. He had them for dinner after that. Oh, he probably just put some food dye and some corn syrup or something. So they're probably perfectly good corn. Used to be Sunday nights, Wild Kingdom, then Tink and Disney. It's ketchup. Could be ketchup. Is it comedic genius? Yeah. Yeah. He gets girls sometimes in his videos. I don't know that I don't think I've ever seen him break character. He might, but I don't think I've ever seen him break character. Yeah, let me see if I can find another one that's good. I don't think I've seen this one.
Happened last night at about 3 o'clock. The dogs were barking like they are right now, but the dogs in my house were just going ape shit. There's a female dog in there that is in heat, and I was like, well, maybe they're just going crazy because of that. But it just went on, and I was like, fuck it. So I'm like, I'm going to go downstairs and yell at the dogs and tell them to shut their mouths. And when I get down there, I hear something at the back door. And I'm like, oh, great. Is a dog outside in the back or something? How'd that happen? You know? So I go out there, and then there's nothing there, right? There's nothing there. The dogs are still going ape shit. And then all of a sudden, from the top of the roof, jumps a motherfucking Bigfoot, and it was a 12-footer. This was not an 8-foot Bigfoot. It was 12 feet tall, and I know that because of where that it jumped from the roof. It jumped from up there, and then when it was standing, it was even with that like second bar. Look, that's like 11 feet, something like that. That's 12 foot. It was huge. And it got worse because, you know, the goddamn thing had a heart on, and it was stroking it, and it was looking at me like, oh my God, the thing's going to try and fuck me or something. Those, you know, I've heard the reports that there's like anal rapings. The Bigfoot, like, I was afraid the damn thing was going to bend me over the Weber kettle here and cornhole me.
Oh shit. Find the titty milk one. I'll see if I can find it here in a second. Love volcano nature. What's Tinkerbell? Oh shit. Damn thing jumped. I believe in more than the porcupine dude. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Christopher Noel's got nothing on Peter Kane. Yeah. Oh man, I'm dying. Yeah. I hope Peter Kane, I guarantee you're gonna get more views. Don't ding me on showing these clips. I'm pretty sure I'm within the rules showing, you know, some of this, but I don't know. I don't know. Sorting all that out. All I know, it's not like I'm not playing it as if it's mine or anything. It's Peter Kane Dog Training Channel. If you want to laugh, go look at some of this shit. Jen says, just for see FB is on show about nothing. Is he not? What's he talking about? Is he anything? You know, is he talking Sasquatch? I mean, because I know, like, somebody said he's not even doing a regular show on Saturday nights at 8 anymore. So I haven't been worrying too much about it. And in some of the videos, he was really just kayaking and stuff. So, and it wasn't live. So I've just kind of put it out of my mind. But I don't want to step on another Bigfoot show if I can help it. Oh, you don't know the name of the show? Yeah, Central Florida Bigfoot. He titled the show. Oh, he titled the show about nothing. Gotcha. You're right. What was the Disney series that was like Wild Kingdom? Was it The Colorful World of Disney? You're right. Jen he has zero chill. Keep going, Lockbeard. Well, kind of would like to wrap her up sometime soon. You too, Hell 21. You too. Let me see if I can find this. So, do you remember what it was titled?
You know? And then my dog Ike came out, and then he kind of scared the thing off. But right before Ike scared the damn Bigfoot off, the Bigfoot was blowing a load.
Some of the Bigfoot's jizz that is left. It's fucking disgusting.
I'm worried for my safety at this point. You know? There's a footprint over here too that he left.
That's very clear. You could see how big the footprint is. I mean, look at my foot. I wear a size 9. See what I'm saying?
Bigfoot off. The Bigfoot was blowing a load.
Some of the Bigfoot's jizz that is left. It's fucking disgusting.
Holy shit, dude. Speaking of shows, I need all you guys to come on my YouTube Spectacular on Friday 29th and tell spooky stories. Everybody go check out Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group Friday night the 29th and get some spooktacular going. Has Patrick and Sean, Wonderful World of Disney. What's the name of that titty milk one? So I can try to search it out on his channel. Yeah, thanks, Jen. I will be wrapping her up here pretty quick. I want to see this one last video, though. Marlon narrated while Stan Brock got his ass kicked by almost every animal in Africa. Damn. Yeah, it sounds like Cal-21 is heading out. No worries, playing anyway. Sasquatch Shiz Nation. Yeah. Bigfoot Blue. I can't. Yeah. What do you use to fake that one? I'm afraid to ask almost. Don't remember the name. Get a sample? Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't collect it in the bottle. I'm just wondering if that's his own personal deposit. Let's see here. I'm going to, let's see. A different search on here. Well, I don't know. Oh, he's getting the dogs involved
It
here.
happened late last night. It must have been 2 or 3, something like that. And the dogs were going ape shit downstairs. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Is there a raccoon in my house or something? And I heard a lot of like chairs being moved. And I'm like, fuck, somebody's robbing my house, right? So I grab a shotgun and I run downstairs. And as I get downstairs, the back door is closing. I hear it close. I ran out here by my barn and I see a Bigfoot with this pail. And I notice in the pail is Charlie.
And she had Charlie in this milk bucket, and she's walking off with him, you know. And I screamed. I said, "Hey, fucking drop the puppy, Sasquatch!" And then Charlie jumped out of the milk bucket like that.
And then she starts pointing to her breast, and then she points to the milk pail. And I go, "What? What are you talking about?" I was ready to shoot the Bigfoot. I was like, "You're one dead Sasquatch, you know." And then she starts going like this, and then she does one of these. And I said, "Oh, is your baby missing?" And she nodded her head, yes. And then she went to her breast and pointed to Charlie. And I said, "Oh, you're lactating and your breast hurt because there's nobody to drink the milk." And she nodded her head. I said, "Okay, that's a different story, but you can't have the puppy." So Charlie, by that time, was standing right next to me, and I picked Charlie up, and I handed Charlie to the Sasquatch and said, "Here, you know, use Charlie, but you can't leave." So she sat down on this trash can here and started breastfeeding Charlie. You know, it was one of the strangest things I've ever seen. It was very bizarre. And after about 10 minutes, she kind of held Charlie like this and handed Charlie back to me. And I said, "Okay, that's cool. We got no problem." I had the gun on her the whole time, pointing at her sitting on the trash can. Like, if that Bigfoot tries to eat this puppy, it's fucking dead.
Oh boy, that's a good one to leave off on. If that Bigfoot tries to eat this puppy or take this puppy, what'd he say? It's fucking dead. Oh shit, dude. Let's see here. Icon says, "Get up Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color featuring their movies." No comment. Found it. It's called Bigfoot Abducted Me. Forced me to do things. Let me see here. See if I can try to find that. Oh, I think I have seen this one.
About a week ago, I was right over there by that line of trees, and I was looking for my phone, and I found my phone, and right when I found my phone, I got bum rushed by. And since I had my phone, I did get a quick video. Check it out.
Oh, please let me go. I won't tell anybody, I promise. Please let me go.
See, I didn't want to do it. This is not anything that was fun. It was horrible. It gets worse. Right after I've drank like a gallon of her. By the way, it does taste like honey. It does. It's delicious. But after I drank a gallon of it, I'm feeling kind of sick. Here comes a male Sasquatch, carrying a cub with him, and the cub's about my size. She just fucking throws me on the floor like I'm a piece of trash or something. She doesn't care about me anymore. Her cub's back. She wanted to raise me like one video, and that's it. So check them out again. Here's the video.
No, please let me go. I won't tell anybody, I promise. Please let me go.
And here's the picture. It was horrible, but it was also very delicious. Sasquatch milk, not bad. It was horrible.
Oh boy. There it is. So catch up and track real quick, and we'll wrap her up. New York. Seafooters going. Check out. Yeah, we'll be over there in a second. We're gonna raid CFB. He might. I don't know. I'm not a big channel or anything. Sander, take care. Steve Irwin, but quiet. Yeah, we'll raid CFB in a second. Want to still watch Steve? I stopped watching him a long time ago, Mr. Lee. He just reads emails anyway. I mean, they're just kind of running together because they're just he's just reading emails and they're just all stories and sounds so familiar. Yeah, he's just a comedian, and he's no threat. I don't think. I mean, the only way he becomes like a threat, like as a hoaxer, because some people they don't see these videos. They see the ones that are hard to tell they're a joke to your average person, I guess. And yeah, he got his protein. Protein's good. Apparently, you're watching Peter Kane nursing on a Bigfoot. I'll sub to the channels that read or listen to Encounters for Sort, but I don't like to listen in an interview setting. I don't mind watching and listening. Yeah, he's not even interviewing people. He can't vet these people. He doesn't know if they're lying, and we don't know that he's not sending these emails to himself or making them up, or I mean, it's just he's not. I mean, if you want to listen to stories, you'll hear stories there. It's just I don't know. But I don't want anyone else's experiences to put any ideas in my head. Yeah. Muscle building fluids from Sasquatch. Yep. Yep. Not just yet. Maybe 3:30 if no one's in. I have to check. I'll eventually talk about that, Mr. Lee. Talk about what? Scrolling back here. No comment. Trying to catch up. Trying to see what I must have missed something. Must have missed anything. So watch this ball. Yeah, I must have missed something. Yep. What? Whoa. Let's talk about sex, baby. All right. I think that's probably a good place to leave her off. Thank y'all for coming. That's what you get. Yeah. Make it light on yourself, Hylas. You always have under the bridge. So Central Florida Bigfoot is on. It looks like it's got Sean on. Hopefully I see some of y'all over there. I may fall asleep during that one tonight as well, but feel free to. Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you, Joe. Throw up some pirate flags. Tell them we're raiding him. You too, Icon. All right. Nipple milk. Maybe one of these days, Mr. Lee. Maybe one of these days. But thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. And see you next time.